I had 50 grand in the bank, I wouldn't have sat on mum's couch brainstorming ideas.
You said, you know how much meth I could buy with this 50 grand?
Exactly. Thank you, Morgan. Thanks for that shout out. You know me very well. Thank you. Oh, God, it's all out in the wash now. I'm Oliver Trevena here at the Young Hollywood Network with Morgan Spurlock, the power player in documentary filmmaking.
It's the tie.
It's
the tie and the mustache.
It's the whole look. You're looking very good.
Looking very mansome.
Mansome. I like that.
I'm very manly and handsome.
I will steal that.
Yeah, you
Definitely
can.
stolen it. I've put it in my pocket. Mansome. I love that. Looking very different to your early days when I see you in Super Size Me.
I was like a fat slob in a t-shirt.
I didn't want to say that, but yeah, basically you were.
Fat pale slob in a t-shirt. Now I'm just like a fat slob in like a nice coat.
It's amazing what an Oscar nomination can do for you.
Exactly. You shine up nicely after that.
Yeah, literally homeless, and now look at him. Dapper as anything. And now you're on to more amazing things with Comic-Con 4.
Yeah, Comic-Con episode 4, Fans
Hope.
Yeah,
which
so
is
we're ready to make, so that way, by it being episode 4, I can either make a sequel or a prequel.
Right.
Whatever I want.
Right.
Yeah.
And by keeping the name as long as that, it makes it difficult for us when we're interviewing you.
That's right.
I can go back in time and tell like the 11-year-old me, like, one day not only do you go to Comic-Con, you go to Comic-Con every year, so much so that like you get greeted by Stan Lee when you show up. You know, and the 11-year-old me would be like, how did we get so fat?
It's amazing, really, isn't it?
Have you been?
I went for my first time last year.
And how was it?
It's mental.
Yeah.
It's an experience. So, are you a big comic fan? Is that
I grew up as a big comic book geek. I read a lot of comics as a kid. I loved genre movies like horror films, like when David Cronenberg, Michael Ironside made that guy's head explode in the David Cronenberg film Scanners, made me want to make movies for the rest of my life. So, like the idea of what Comic-Con represents was everything that played to me as a kid and as an adult now. Video games, it's all still part of my life.
And how did you find the characters for this? How did you find the people?
We had this massive kind of crazy casting call. Like we've sent out emails through con listings and. Comic-Con sent some out. Harry Knowles, one of our producers from Ain't It Cool News, sent out a blast. And we got about 2,000 submissions of people who said, I want to be in the film, which some of them are fantastic characters, some of them are just oddballs.
Right.
And so then you start whittling it down until we got the people that are in the film, which I think are great.
My wife's not too ecstatic about this whole toy collecting thing.
I read comics every day as a kid.
And it's a big chance for me to get myself out there.
And I've got to obviously mention Super Size Me.
Yeah.
Where did that come from? You were obviously just thinking about how bad junk food is.
No, it was. I got the idea for Super Size Me. We just had a TV show get canceled on MTV, so we had about 50 grand in the bank, and I said we should take that money and make a movie. And so I'm sitting on my mom's couch on Thanksgiving, like all cracked out in like a tryptophan haze, and I'm flipping through the TV, very Ed Bundy with like my hands in my pants, and I come to this story about the two girls who were suing McDonald's.
Right.
And so they're basically saying we're fat, we're sick, and it's your fault. And I was like, oh, that's crazy. That's nuts that they're gonna say that. And I was like, oh, I got an idea. I got a great idea for a movie. And literally out of that moment, that's where the idea came from. So Mom's Couch, the key is Mom's Couch.
Well, that's why you're an Oscar-nominated documentary filmmaker, because if I had 50 grand in the bank, I wouldn't have sat on Mum's couch brainstorming ideas.
You said, you know how much meth I could buy with this 50 grand?
Exactly. Thank you, Morgan. Thanks for that shout out. You know me very well. Thank you. Oh, God, it's all out in the wash now. Trust Morgan to bring it out.
I'll never forget the first time I took a peek next to a stormtrooper and a Klingon. That could only happen at Comic-Con.
I was looking out my hotel room window and I saw 3 Ninja Turtles really impatiently checking their watches.
And USC rejected you 5 times, is that true?
5 times. I got rejected from USC's film school 5 times.
Yeah. Have you gone back there just to say hi?
No, what I do is every time I write a check now to NYU, I photocopy it and put it inside one of those cards that when they open it up at USC, it goes,
That's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. No, it is really amazing. And future projects, you've got A Day in the Life coming,
We've got a day in the life. The second season of Day in the Life just premiered on Hulu, so if people go to hulu.com, they can see that.
And you mentioned you've got your thing coming out in England on Sky.
Yeah, on Sky Atlantic, a new series called New Britannia.
Right, which is about my home country.
Which is about your home.
Yeah. What interesting did you find about England?
I love Britain. I've loved going over there ever since Super Size Me came out. And we've tried to do a show over there for years, and so when this opportunity came up to kind of create this chat show about about politics and culture, I just jumped at the chance.
Well, Morgan, pleasure. Thanks for stopping in.
Great to see you.
Congrats on everything.
Thank you.
Documentary filmmakers learn from this guy, from that to that, boom.
Or from this to this. That's
And a steady little.
That's right. Cheek, cheek.
But he's still moving.
That's right. That's the key. Forward progress.
Exactly.